Yeah, it's working good. And it sounds great. Yeah, it really sounds good.
Okay, the stream is up and running, and Greg, you can go from my QRZ page, or just go to YouTube, and it'll be a live stream. You can either go to YouTube and do a search for VA3KBC, or it might even pop up. Sometimes it pops up on the live stream there. VA3KBC at just about the bottom of the hour.
Okay, DJ, thanks. I switched antennas. I'm guessing John's not going to hear me on this one either, but figure we give it a try.
Oh, it sounds a lot better here. I don't know how the receive is helping, but your transmit improved to North Carolina, N4 QNT. All right, Greg, let's see, did that make any difference for you when you switched over, a better copy or not?
I think I may hear you a little bit better on this one as well. Our DJ's down a little bit, which I would expect. He's closer, but this is a DX Commander vertical with a 80-meter wire added, hanging off into the tree there.
The famous DX Commander. Okay, yeah, he's quite the character, that column. I really enjoy watching his videos.
Me too. He's quite the entertainer, isn't he?
He to me, when I first seen him, he just didn't look like a ham, though.
Oh, what is a ham supposed to look like, DJ?
I don't know. I'm just saying that he just didn't look like a ham. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't even know what a ham's supposed to look like.
That's hilarious. Okay.
So what are you running for an antenna, Art?
Okay, well, this is a homemade doublet, flat top doublet. Each leg's about, it's 62 and a half feet, so it makes it 125 feet flat top at 50 feet. And then the open ladder line, the balanced 600 ohm, and that comes all the way down to the back of the tuner. So we just auto-tune from band to band from 10 to 75 meters.
Very good, excellent. Yep, it's hard to beat that setup, in my opinion.
Now, Greg, you were thinking of maybe even the Anan 7000 DLE if you could find a used one. The problem is trying to find a used one. They'll be listed, say, on QTH, and within half a day they'll be sold. So, but with what John's experience and with Art's experience, I think they're really pleased with the G2. And Art, while you were changing radios, Art did mention that if you do go that route and if you need a hand with anything, he's just a phone call away or whatever. Be glad to help you out.
I appreciate that, guys. DJ, I know you've offered as well if I was to get one to, help me get the thing sounding decent. I've actually found an 8000 DLE. I think I emailed you, DJ. The guy's over in Quebec, and it sounded like he got burnt on something that he sent to the States, and the guy charged back on PayPal, and he does not want to deal with sending it to the United States. But I don't know. I'm a little tempted to see what the price is on that. That's a good rig too, right?
If I'm not mistaken, that's 200 watts. What's your opinion, Art and John, on the 8000? Didn't you have an 8000, John?
Yeah, real quick. My wife's just pulling up. I got to help out with the groceries, so I'll be back in a little bit. N4 QNT.
Okay, Art. Yep. I had the 8000, the 200 watt radio like a couple of years ago. The only thing is, though, DJ, I only kept it for a short time. I really didn't give it a chance to to really dig into it before I sold it. because that was back when it was Protocol 1, and it was kind of, challenging to get it to really work well at that time. Now it's much easier, but at that time it was tricky. So unfortunately, I didn't keep the 8000 for very long.
But you can put Protocol 2 in it now with all the updates. Then with all the software updates and the firmware.
Yeah, I believe you can, because at the time that it didn't have that, but now, I believe you can update the radio.
Yeah, and are you hearing John there, Greg?
Oh yeah, I can copy everybody on both antennas, no trouble at all.
Okay, well, conditions are getting better. So, you know that your dollar is worth a whole lot more than Canadian, so probably about 30% more. So you could probably maybe get a good deal if the guy's willing to ship it to the States.
Well, that was a question I had for you. I just thought of today. If he was willing to send it to you, would you stand in the middle?
Yeah, I could. It's nothing to ship into the States. When I did my radio, I had to send it to Arkansas, is where Doug is. He's the repair center for Anans, and it was $75, I believe, to ship it there to Arkansas. So very reasonable. That was with Canada Post, and I forget how many working days. I think he had it in about 6 working days or something. So there's nothing to it. Just have to put the value and whatever it is, and then I imagine you got to pay tax. Well, maybe you don't. It's different there for you guys than what we have over here.
No, I wouldn't have to pay tax. Okay, well, that's a possibility. If I was to do that, I'd, obviously check with him, and I would probably want to get us all three on a party line, phone call, just to make sure everybody was on the same page with it. And that would make me feel better about, sending him the money too. So, okay, well, I'll keep that in my back pocket. Yeah, I had considered that, with the exchange rate. Why, he says it's been living in a box for nine months to a year, so he's not even using it. And, a distinct possibility for me. So I may pursue that a little further, DJ. I'll keep you up to date. I'll let you chat with John there. I don't think John's still hearing me even on the other antenna here. So KC8HXO.
Yeah, John, are you hearing Greg okay?
No, I can't hear him at this point.
Okay. Question though, John, what would you think an 8000 would be worth today?
I actually don't know. Art would probably know better than me, because he's been paying attention to these radios a little bit more. When he comes back, I would ask him. He probably knows what the going rate for that is.
Okay, it would be nice just to kind of have a figure. So, you didn't say, Greg, or the guy hasn't said whereabouts has he got it advertised from Quebec?
It's kind of funny. I ran into it, DJ. It's actually in a comment on the Facebook group.
Okay, but he didn't give you any price.
No, he said make an offer.
Yeah, so I have no clue what the 8000 would be worth. And again, of course, hopefully everything works with it. It's functioning in that.
I'm sure it probably does. Looks like he's quite a ham's ham. It's called VA2NA, VA2 North America, and I don't know. He's got a lot of equipment, so he's not a fly-by-night guy,
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, because so he did send it to the guy in the States, and then he got it back. Is that how it worked, or what?
No, it was a different radio. He sent a radio, sold it, guy paid him by PayPal, sounded like. He sent it to Florida or whatever, and the guy did a chargeback, said there was something wrong with it or whatever, and he said basically he never got his money and he never got the radio back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gee. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, when it's in another country, what the hell do you do?
Yep, I think that's his point.
Guy in Quebec. Oh, well, anyhow. Well, yeah, we should be able to work something out, so it's no issue. The post office, the set I've shipped before, and they're pretty good there. And I was, the first time I shipped it, boy, when mine got hit by lightning, Greg, I took it to Staples in Sarnia and sent it by FedEx. It was $490. And anyhow, so this time here, this past summer, it quit on me. The same circuit board, the cat board that got hit before, it went out on me. So I thought, Jesus, what am I going to do here? That's expensive to ship off again. I thought, I'm just going to see what it costs to ship it through the post office. I was damn near floored when she said $75. So I said, well, let's do it. So I did it that way, and it cost me $80. I think it was $80, Doug, for United States Postal Service to ship it back to Canada here. So, and then I had to pay HST on the repairs, which wasn't that much, but still. Yeah, it was an experience. But fortunately, Allstate, they covered everything, and if I had to get a new radio, I would have been in the hole. But because I got this one fixed, it turned out okay.
Okay, yeah, that's good. At least you were able to get it repaired. That's good to know. I figured, you know what? If I offered the fella $2,000 Canadian, that's only like $1,450 American money, and that seems like a good starting point anyway.
All you can do is ask.
Right, exactly. He said make an offer. He wouldn't give me a number, so I guess when somebody, I don't want to embarrass myself, but I don't know. They, like you said, they sell so fast. I hardly see them advertised, so I don't really know, where to start.
Well, I guess my question too, though, and I don't want to leave John out of here, but John and Art are really audio aficionados. They're really good on audio. Mine, we did a team view, and Art set my audio all up, so it's just all internal, the 10-band parametric equalizer and CFC. I don't have any outboard stuff. So with the new G2, the audio is even that much better. But if you're not, into audio and that, because we run 4K wide, so it gives you a lot of features there. But if you're thinking you'd be happy with just the 8,000 and being able to run a couple hundred watts, not have to worry about the amplifier, that certainly is an option. But I guess, have you looked at the EHAM reviews on that radio?
You know what? I'm not sure that I have.
I always look at the EHAM reviews, and if there's 10 reviews and 8 of them are very, very positive, then that's pretty good number. And I have seen where it's 8 terrible reviews and only 2 positive, so enough to stay away from there. So I don't know. I guess all you can do is make that offer to the guy and see what he says. And if he's going to be shipping it, well, I guess that's something you'll have to discuss as far as who's paying the shipping.
Yep, exactly. KC8HXO, better slip that in there once, along with KC2QMA and VA3KBC. Yeah, very good, DJ. I had this nasally voice. You've heard it 100 times, so me and quality audio really don't go together that well.
Well, I'm working on this. I had a head cold and it's gone down to my chest. Now everything's breaking up, but my voice is still very low. And I was laying in bed last night. We were watching Larson Farms and not Zach Johnson, but Hayden on Harvest. And Carol says, "Is that you wheezing?" And I said, "Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?" She says, "It sure is." And I said, "Well, that's how my chest is. It's just wheezing, but it certainly is breaking up, and I've been getting rid of a lot of the phlegm, so I'm on the right side now." It was last Saturday night when I was streaming. I was coughing and hacking, and so anyhow, when was it the worst? Today is Wednesday. I think Monday was when I felt the worst, so today I was feeling a whole lot better. I cut the grass this morning and did a bunch of stuff, and it's been drizzling since, what time, 4 o'clock or something like that, so I'm glad I got that done. But anyhow, my voice is just a little bit more baritone, I guess you could say. So anyhow, so John, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just standing by.
And still not hearing Greg then?
No, unfortunately, I'm not.
Okay. Anybody else join us here yet?
Break for a radio check.
Go ahead, sir.
AKC2QMA.
Go ahead for the radio check.
Hello, this is KD8 SKM Kilo Delta 8 Samuel Kilo Mary, located just north of Detroit, Michigan. I was wondering where you're at and how my signal is. Over.
Well, we're 90 miles separation. I'm here just at the bottom of Lake Huron. Lambton Shores is where I'm at. Just a couple hop, skip, and jump. Well, it's about a half a mile walk overlooking the banks of Lake Huron. Call here is Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. And if you look on QRZ and go to detail and click on the map, and you'll see exactly where I'm at. But it's roughly about 90 miles northeast of Detroit. And I didn't look up to see what the meter said, but you're a little faint to me because I think we're so close.
Yeah, that would make sense. You're hitting me with a pretty good signal, and I've only got a 25-foot flagpole, so 80 meters is a stretch, but at least it's working.
Oh, wow. Well, you peaked 10. Tell you what, if you have a computer right there, I am live streaming right now, so you can actually see what your signal looks like, and you can even hear yourself. If you go to my QRZ page, or even right from YouTube, it's the live feed. VA3 KBC live feed there, so you'll be able to hear yourself and see what the signal is. There's about a 3 to 5 second delay though.
Copy that. I do not have my computer handy, but so you're in Canada then?
Yes, sir. Yep. Just a half-hour drive to Sarnia, Port Huron.
Copy that. So maybe the lake is helping the propagation a bit.
Well, but you're down Detroit, so I'm northeast of you. And the other thing is too, when you do get your chance to look at your computer, get your computer up, this will be saved on YouTube, so you can see it. And I'm not sure, what are we at here now? Oh, where are we here? I don't know what the heck. We are 18 minutes in, so. 18 minutes in, so you can scroll it forward to the 18-minute mark, and then you'll be able to see your signal and hear yourself as well.
Copy that.
What kind of signal do you have on him?
Further away, possibly, can hear me?
He's 5 to 10 over, but his audio is weak. Just hang on, John. Say that again, Detroit.
Yeah, is there anybody else farther away that can hear me?
Yeah, Greg is Western Michigan there, and John, he's New Jersey. You're New Jersey, aren't you, John?
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey.
Do you hear him?
Nope.
Greg, do you hear him?
We hear John.
KD8 SKM, I'll copy KC8HXO, break.
I copy that. It's a little weak, but you're in Western Michigan? Over.
Yes, sir, Roger. I'm in the small town of Grand Haven on the Lake Michigan shoreline. I'm going to give you a 5x3, 5x4, 5x3 to 5x4 armchair copy. No problem. You're above the noise. Not, as I say, not terribly strong to me either, but do you have, is it one of these gray line verticals, Frank?
Negative. I did my own version based on John Fortune, W6NBC, his design. I bought a high quality flagpole and modified it. It's 25 feet, split up, center fed, 5 feet up, and got a 4-to-1 current balun on it, and I'm running 100 watts of an Acom 7300.
Well, let's say it's working. A vertical antenna and close in on 80 is not usually a great combination. It's not a good cloud burner, but it's working, so it's working fine. And I just was curious. I just got a gray line vertical in the mail today, a 24-foot flagpole antenna. So that'll be. It might be springtime before I get it planted, but anyway, my name's Greg. Golf Romeo Echo Golf. I'll let you go back with DJ. You can probably hear him a lot better. KD8SKM from KC8HXO.
Copy that, Greg. I actually hear you pretty good. And yeah, we are probably a little bit close to get a sky bounce, but maybe, I suppose.
Yeah, virtually anything we hear between, you and I and DJ and even John is going to be NVIS propagation at this point for sure.
Yeah, you're kind of fading in and out. That must be the gentleman in New Jersey. But say again one more time, please.
Oh, I just was commenting on the propagation. It's Greg here over in Grand Haven.
Oh, wow, the band really changed just in 1 minute. You went from really strong to just barely copyable.
Gotta love it. Gotta love HF propagation. That's part of what keeps me in the hobby. I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get at any given moment, that's for sure.
And you got stronger to me.
Well, the sun just went down. Maybe in another hour it might be a bit different.
Oh, I would think so, because I know my friend Scott there in Petrolia, which is only 20 miles away, in the evening, like we're on 160 or on 80 here, and we can even do 40 sometimes, but generally, we hear each other quite well, but we really work 160 very well when it gets late in the evening.
Yeah, I just put a 4-to-1 current balun on this antenna an hour ago. I had a 1-to-1 and it wasn't tuning up in 80 meters. I don't even know if I'd want to try 160.
Well, if you don't have the length, no, it won't work.
Yeah, it's only 24 feet. I'm surprised it works on 80 meters.
But if you have enough coil, you can make anything work, even though it's not going to be very efficient.
Yeah, I do have an LDG RC100 antenna tuner at the base of the flagpole, so that, I'm sure, is what's helping me out.
Yeah, and the other thing is, too, you're only running 100 watts, right?
Correct.
Yeah, see, everybody, we're generally running 500 watts, so that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, sure. That's a whole S unit plus. Absolutely.
It's really fluctuating. You come in good and strong, and then you fade away, and then you come in good and strong again.
Yeah, that's the band. I'm actually running about a 2-to-1 BSWR, too. It didn't tune up 1-to-1, but it works, so that's all I care about.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of guys that run that. I know with my amp, my Acom 1010, it'll take 3-to-1.
Yeah, that's what the Acom 7300 manual says. It'll do up to 3-to-1 before it starts to fold back. So I'm within its limits for sure.
I wonder if anybody else has showed up yet. I see my SWR is bouncing just a wee bit. I had it tuned because of the rain. Even with the ladder line, 600 ohm ladder line, got to tweak it just a wee bit. So I see it's moving a little bit, but nothing really, really too bad.
Wet ladder line can get lossy at high frequencies. I don't know about down this low.
Well, on 40, 20, and 17, I have a Mosely 3-element beam, so it's the Super 33. It's 3 elements for 40, 20, and 17, so that's what I use there. I just use the 160 meter doublet here on 160 and 80 and 60 meters. I don't bother with the higher frequencies. I've listened on 10, and it's been quite active, but I don't bother with any of them. It's mainly 40 and 17, and then 80 and 160.
Copy that. I was glad to get this thing to work on 80, because like I said before, I changed up my Fallen. It would not tune up on 80, even with the external tuner.
So you have no other option for antenna than what you have?
Well, I live in a fairly urban area, and I don't want to make the neighbors angry or, have to cut some trees down. It's a flagpole. You'd never know it was an antenna.
Okay, I understand. Well, I'm fortunate. When I was on the farm, I had an antenna farm on the farm, and then sold the farm and bought these 2 lots here, so kind of started all over again. So if you do look at my QRZ page, you'll see lots of pictures of the antennas and the tower that I have the beam on. I made it into a fold over, so there's pictures of how we modified the tower for that purpose.
Copy that. Yeah, I have a picture of my flagpole antenna on my QRZ page.
Yeah, just was looking at that. You go by Bob there? KD8SKM, KC88XO.
Actually, I go by Rob. The only one that ever called me Bob was my dentist 20-some years ago.
Okay, Rob, very good. Yeah, I like your flagpole there. That's a great pick. I like how you have it lit up for at night too. That's a dandy.
What's the call?
Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Kilo Mike, KD8SKM.
Okay.
Rob, that reminds me, I was over by Wixom for training years ago, and I took a small one of these SGC 2020 HF rigs with me, and there was some construction, and they had bare light poles, and I actually loaded up that light pole with a tuner and sat there and made a bunch of QSOs on a new parking lot with just a bare light pole. Oh man, those were the good old days.
Yeah, light pole's got to be 30, 35 feet, so I would imagine it would work.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, I checked into the Great Lakes Emergency and Traffic Net on 80 that night on that light pole. Nobody could believe it.
Yeah, and with this flagpole antenna, granted, I haven't had it up that long, but I have made some contacts out west. New Mexico is the farthest one so far on 40 meters.
Well, Bob, when I had my mobile in my car, I had the what the heck was that? Oh shoot! It was a 17 meter stick, the hot stick. I forget what the hell it was called now. Isn't that terrible? Anyhow, I was sitting in the yard, and it was about 4 in the afternoon, and I talked to a trucker out in Washington State with the same radio and same antenna on 17 meters.
Middle of the day, that's wild.
Yes, it was good propagation. Now, Bob, Taiwiak, what nationality is that?
It's pronounced Tylak. The W is silent. It's actually Polish-Ukrainian.
Okay, well, my last name is Stefanik. My parents came from Czechoslovakia before World War II started, so I always, when I see, a different name, last name, I'm always curious on what nationality.
Yeah, my mom's side was 100% Polish. My dad's side was 50-50 Ukrainian-Polish.
Okay.
That's good people right there. And the Czechs as well.
And the Slovaks. Mom was Czech, Dad was Slovak, so as a kid, a small kid, 4 or 5 years old, I go to Grandma Boris, who was Czech, and she would say, Dani, bandurki, which is potatoes. And then Grandma Stefanik, I'd be over there for dinner or whatever. Dani, zemaki, which is potatoes. Slovak is zemaki. Czech is bandurki. So as a kid that age, I was really totally confused because they came from Czechoslovakia. How come they don't talk the same?
Yep. A lot of history right there, DJ.
It's a long time ago.
Well, I'm a little surprised the band really has not come up yet. Rob, you're the same signal strength, I think, as when we started to me. And DJ, I mean, you're holding right in there. You're, 10 over S9. But I really expected over that a period of time for things to pick up a little bit, but just does not seem to be happening.
Well, when it makes that switch, it's like it's like nitrous kicking in because it just really makes that switch quickly, and we're hitting near the top of the hour, so any minute now it's going to change. VA3 KBC at just about the top of the hour.
Yeah, I noticed WWV 5 megahertz was not coming in real good, but 10 megahertz was. 15 was coming in real good, and 20 you couldn't hear.
KC88XO. I guess I better slip that in there too. KC2QMA. John, can you hear me yet?
Still there, John?
Greg, give me your call one more time. I think I missed the letter.
Yeah, no problem. It's Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel X-Ray Oscar KC8HXO.
And you were out in Grand Haven, correct?
Yep, in Grand Haven, you bet.
Yeah, you're probably 160 miles or so from me.
Yeah, I'd buy that. DJ looked it up, and I think he said we're about 200 miles apart. I'd buy that.
Yeah, because I'm almost still 16 miles due north of downtown Detroit.
That's
DJ, what, east-west, where are you from, like Detroit?
I'm northeast. You're pretty well due west of me, and so I'm pretty well due east of you. And Detroit is pretty well south west of me.
Okay, I wondered that if you and I were about, straight east and west from each other. I would have guessed somewhere close.
Yeah, funny how sometimes on QRZ here, when I put your call sign in, and then I bring the detail up and hit the map, it has a line, and it shows right from my place to your place, and yet Bob's here in Detroit doesn't have that line for it. Sometimes it'll have a line, and other times it doesn't. So, but yeah, it's and he's pretty well. What have I got here? 236 degrees. So 236 is southwest. Yeah, pretty well southwest of me.
It does show Troy, Michigan, does it not?
Well, yeah. You've brought up your, like, if you're on QRZ and you put in somebody's call sign, say you put in mine and bring up my call sign, you'll see there's biography, detail, logbook, and all that. Well, where the detail is, you click on that tab, and then another screen comes up, and then you'll see it has all the coordinates. It has all the information, the call sign, when I joined, latitude, longitude, the grid square, and then to the right there it has show map. You click on that, and there's the map there, so that you can even go to the satellite and it'll bring up a satellite view. so excuse me, I got a coughing spell here. So it'll actually bring up everything in the location around you.
Now, I clearly need to update my profile because I'm no longer using my Kenwood TS450S.
Yeah, it's easy to make all those changes.
I've only had the Acom maybe a month.
Well, we won't penalize you for that.
I do like it a lot, though. It's a major upgrade from a 40-year-old Kenwood.
Well, that 7300, man, oh man, I think they made a killing with that radio.
And it's all digitally processed. That's what I like.
And there he faded away.
Yeah, he's getting weaker here too, DJ. Rob, you're getting weaker on me instead of stronger. I would expect the opposite, but we can't control propagation. And yeah, the 7300 is a great rig. One of my favorite things about them is I don't think I've ever heard a bad one on the air.
Bad one probably wouldn't be on the air, but yeah, they do a good job with their design and their software.
You guys carry on. I got to run upstairs and get a glass of water. I'm getting this coughing fit here, so I'll be back. I'll leave the stream running. Everything will be running here, but I'll be back in a few minutes. VA3 KBC, you guys carry on.
Sure. I'm going to jump out, guys. I get up pretty early after work, so I'm going to go relax, talk to the XYL. DJ, you take it easy. We'll be in touch. Thanks for chatting it up with me here a bit. Apologize to John again for me for kind of getting in here, and he ended up being on the side, but hopefully next time I'm in, we can all hear each other. Rob, you take care. Have fun with the flagpole there. Looking good. Sounding good. KD8SQM, VA3KBC, KC8HXO.
Have a good one, Greg. This is Kilo Delta 8, Samuel Kilo Mary, standing by.
VA3 KBC, I'm back. I don't know if anybody's left or not.
Greg had to step out. I guess he's got to get up early for work.
Okay, I heard him saying something about he was going to be leaving, but I didn't know if he left already. Okay, very good. I drank some pickle juice, see if that'll help my throat. And I got some water here, too.
I know pickle juice is good for muscle cramps.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it works.
Oh, my wife gets terrible muscle cramps that night.
Like leg cramps, if you wake up in the middle of the night and your leg's all cramped up, yeah, drink some pickle juice. That'll take care of it right away.
I don't know if she'll want to do that.
I don't know the other natural remedy, but I have done it a few times. Occasionally I get the cramps and it works.
Well, that's good to know. I'll have to tell her that. I'll bring the jar of pickle juice, pickles in the bedroom. If she asks what that's for, and I'll tell her that if she gets a leg cramp, she's got to drink some of that.
Just a few sips is all it takes. Doesn't take a lot.
Still get a rise out of her.
Yeah, I didn't believe it at first, so I tried it, but yeah, it definitely works.
Fading away, Bob.
Yeah, it's the band, I'm sure.
That's something. That's funny how band conditions are doing that.
You've been fairly consistent.
Well, 500 watts.
Yeah, that's true.
And the doublet's up at about 62 foot apex. So that really makes a difference too.
Yeah, like I said, my flagpole is ground mounted, and the split is about 6 feet off the ground where the dipole feed comes in. So the main radiator is 6 feet to 25 feet.
Do you have radials too?
No, it's not supposed to be required with this type of antenna.
Okay.
Don't know the technical reason why, but yeah, that no radials are required with this design.
Huh, interesting. Man, that's crazy. You just popped right up good and strong, and then you fade away. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You're 10 over there.
That is wild. Well, I mean, we are so close, so I would imagine according to the plots I saw, the radiation going up more than about a 45-degree angle falls off pretty quick. So it might really have an effect on the propagation close in.
Huh. Well, anyhow. Well, I'm going to let you go. I think doesn't sound like anybody else is going to join us, so I think I'll stop the stream here and shut everything down and go watch Chet Larson Farms. They're doing corn, and I don't know who else was. Hayden on Harvest. They are in Kansas, I believe now, and they're going to be doing Milo. So I'm retired from farming, so I'm getting my fix by watching these other guys farm with their $1 million combines. So that's our entertainment in the evening. We'll watch these YouTube farm guys, and really Larson Farms is our favorite. Chet Larson, his dad, Eric, and the rest of them they're all really good. Just a good family and just enjoyable watching their escapades is what I like to say. And Hayden on Harvest, he's a 20-year-old kid. He started driving the tractor and the grain cart at 12 years old. And he did that for 3 years, and then got into the combine, and so he's been combining for the last 5 years grain cart, and then the last 3 years he's been in the combine. So 20 years old. They're from Texas, so they start in northwest Texas harvesting wheat in April, all the way up to North Dakota. They finished in North Dakota here about 3 weeks ago, the wheat harvest. and went down to Nebraska and did corn and soybeans, and they finished up there, and they're going down to Kansas now. They're starting in the Milo. So 6 months in the combine. Wow, that's crazy. Anyhow, so that's kind of our entertainment, watching some of that.
Well, sounds good. I'll let you run, and I'm going to scan down the band to see if I can make any further contacts with this antenna on 80 meters. So you have a good one. 88 SK, I'm clear.
Okay, Bob. And yeah, like I said, you can look that up on YouTube there. So it's today's date, Wednesday evening, and 2023 10:25. So, okay. Nice talking with you. You have a great rest of the evening. This is Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. I'm going to stop the stream here. And what's the old saying Spock would say? Where's the camera? Live long and prosper.
Yes, sir. Live long and prosper.